Look at there. I finally got the tomatoes in the crock pot. It's about 8 o'clock at night, and I'm just going to have these cooked down on low overnight. That way the sauce will still be warm in the morning, and I'll be able to can it up. And if it needs more time, then I'll just wait to can it. But we're going to let these babies cook down. I put a little bit of Himalayan pink salt and some pepper just to start with. I might add some minced onion and minced garlic later, but we'll see how this goes. I haven't decided if I want it to be plain, so then I can do what I want with it, or if I want it to have a certain flavor profile. So for now, that's what I'm doing. So looking good so far. So before I go to bed, I wanted to show you how the tomatoes are looking. So it's about 4 hours later. I still haven't added any garlic or onions or anything. I think I'm going to keep these plain. That way I can use them for anything, and I won't have to worry about, the flavor that they had before they were canned. I can just add what I want after when I go to use them. And I also believe, I'd have to double check, but I believe that means they would only process for the 10 minutes because I didn't add any other ingredients. Because when you're canning something that's like a combination of ingredients, generally speaking, you have to can it for the item that's the longest. So if I had, added onions or garlic or something else, I'd have to can it for whatever Ball recommends for having those ingredients. So I'm just going to keep it plain. I did add a little more salt and pepper because it needed a little more. I'm usually not real big on seasoning it real heavy in the beginning. I like to taste it as it's cooking and decide if it needs more. That way I don't over season it. Black pepper also tends to really concentrate in the canning process. So I'm going to not that I don't like pepper, but these are tomatoes, not pepper tomatoes. So I'll probably keep the pepper on the minimal side. But at any rate, this is what they look like about 4 hours in, and we'll see how they look like in the morning. So this is what the tomatoes look like in the morning. It's about 7:30 in the morning. So they've been cooking for almost 12 hours. I still feel like they need more time, so I'm not going to can them until later. I'm just going to let them keep simmering here. I actually might keep the lid off so that it cooks down a little, but that's what they look like this morning. Still looks great. Smells really good too. So we'll come back when these are ready to be canned. So here is the tomatoes after I took my little immersion blender and I blended them up so that it's a nice smooth sauce. You can see, ooh, look how good that looks. There's some bubbles because this thing is pretty wild. It like really it has a real good kick to it. At any rate, oh my goodness, look at this, how beautiful it looks. It's been like 13 hours that they've been cooking. It's still just real low though. I have not like cranked up the crock pot or anything. I'm just letting them kind of just cook real gently. So I will more than likely can these up after work. And if I don't, I am going to take it out of here though and let them, and then wait until I have the time to do it. But I'm going to try to do it after work. So I'll can these up in pint-sized jars. Oh, it looks so good. These are just tomatoes, nothing else. Well, a little salt and pepper. No water, no other ingredients, just fresh tomatoes. I even threw in a couple cherry tomatoes I had from my own garden because I got so many of them. I can't, even though I love them, I wanted to do something with some of them too. At any rate, Gunner's getting a little crazy, so I'm going to go ahead and go for now. I will come back when I go to can this. So we're at 20 hours of slowly cooking the sauce. It looks so good. Oh my god, I can't wait to get this in the canner. I cannot. Look how great that looks. Hell, maybe I will just let it go till tomorrow morning. That'd probably taste amazing. I don't know, we'll see how crazy it gets when Jason gets home and I get off of work. Today was an exhausting day, like every day. So I may not feel like doing it. That's usually why I do my canning in the morning, is I'm so exhausted mentally from work that after I get off work, the last thing I want to do is a huge project. And even dinner, which I guess is why I do these shortcuts, you know, like having stuff canned. So anyway, we'll come back later and see how it's doing. So I'm just waiting for the tomato sauce to reheat. But look at this. It's not shown on camera as well, but it's like a nice, beautiful maroon color. It's so dark and thick. I took it off after about 24 hours because I didn't want it to like get burnt or anything. You know, after working on this for that long, I don't want to ruin it. So we're just getting this reheated. I have my 3 quarts of water in my canner. My jars are in the oven, and then I got my other stuff out. But I just wanted to show you how awesome this looks. Oh my goodness. I wish the color was showing this the same, because it is just like this beautiful dark maroon color that is just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to continue to let this warm up, get the jars warm, and then we'll get started. So we are going to can up this tomato sauce. I'm so excited. It's nice and warm. Actually, it's pretty hot, so it should be good to start it. Oops, I forgot to fill my lids with water. Hang on one second. Okay, so that's done. I hope I'm not going to make a huge mess. I don't know how to do this without making it a huge mess. We'll just be very careful. So I heated up 6 jars. I hope that's enough. Be careful. Pour it into the jars. Without making a mess. I have a tendency to make a mess in the kitchen. But we'll do this 1-inch headspace, just like any other pressure canning item. And also, I looked up in my ball book, you know, anytime I'm in doubt, I make sure I look up what I'm doing. And these process for 15 minutes, actually, not 10. Both the pint and the quart process at 15 minutes. So, not too much longer, but that kind of surprised me. I know this is a liquid, but I'm just going to go ahead and do the bubble thing anyway. My paper towel to clean my rim. Even though this funnel, I don't know if you could see, but it's got like this goes on the rim. So basically this goes inside the jar and this goes on the outside, and it protects the rim from getting dirty when you're canning. It's really nice, but I still wipe it anyway. So put the rim with white vinegar like normal. A lid. Yes, I like them to be perfect. Ring. This will go in the canner. I'm gonna get another jar. I only heated up 6 jars. I hope I heated up enough. So I don't know. That one jar didn't really put a dent in this. So I guess we'll see. I just pour it in. Oh, look how thick it is. I mean, you guys saw it at the beginning when it was just tomatoes in a crock pot. Look how thick and beautiful it is. And I tasted it, of course, before we got started because I wanted to make sure it was hot enough. And it was so good. It was absolutely delicious. I'm going to be very careful with this, you know, making sure that I you know, wait the right amount of time before pulling them out because I don't want to lose any of this awesome sauce. Wipe the rim. Lid. Right? Here's it tight. It's in the canner. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fill all the jars. I'll bring you back when the canner is getting ready to start. So I ended up getting 5 pints of sauce. There wasn't enough to fill the 6th. There's just a little bit left. I mean, I don't even know if it's enough worth saving. I'd say maybe I'd be lucky if there's a 1/4 cup left in the pan. So I'm going to get these 5 pints going, get the steam venting for 10 minutes, and then get them processing for the 15 minutes. So we're at our 11 pounds of pressure. I am going to go ahead and start the timer for 15 minutes. Usually when I get it up to pressure, I like to just wait a minute or two and make sure that it just stays there and it doesn't drop below. That way I don't have to worry about having to restart it, but it's actually going a little bit higher, so I'm going to adjust the heat. So excited, can't wait to pull these out. But yeah, 15 minutes. We'll have some awesome sauce. Well, you know, I got to do all the waiting. Ugh, it's the worst part. So my timer went off after I took off the weight, and so I'm going to do what I did for the green beans that seemed to be successful for me. And I'm going to crack the lid like this, keep it like this for about 5 minutes, and then take it totally off, and then keep it sitting for at least 10 minutes. That seemed to work for me before, so we'll try it again, but I'm so anxious to see how they came out. Can't wait. My timer went off. They've been sitting in here for 10 minutes after they sat in here with the lid partially cracked for 5. So I am going to pull these out, but from what I can see, oh my goodness, look how great those look. So let's go ahead and pull these babies out. Get my lifter here. Looks like I think all of them might have already sealed. I don't see any that are popped up. I'll get a better idea once I get them out. Oh my God, look at that, guys. Look at how beautiful. Oh, it looks amazing. And again, like earlier, it's more of a maroon color. This looks a lot brighter on the camera. But these are definitely like a maroon, nice, deep tomato color. But, oh, they look so good. Yep, they all sealed. Awesome. And then again, like, you know, I have been doing, I'll cover them with a hand towel since it's so cool in the house from the AC. Oops. But, oh my goodness, look at those guys. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. These look great. Cannot wait to use them too. If they tasted so good before I canned them, I can't even imagine how good it tastes now. But yeah, so here is finally the video about making and canning our 26-hour sauce. And it came out great. I am so pleased. Well, happy Thursday, everyone. I'm going to go get to work. But this is nice to know that I have these. These will be just chilling here for the next 24 hours. But I'm super pleased with how great they turned out. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All right, well, have a good day, everyone.